Hello everyone, CEO Prepper here, and I'd like to wish everyone a very good morning. And in some areas it's not so great. So let's get into it. Okay, so Hurricane Harvey, little Category 4, not so little Category 4 storm that slammed into the state of Texas and the Houston area. Now, I held off doing this video because so much information was coming out before I decided to go ahead and make a video on this. And some of the stuff was so hard to believe that I actually wanted to make sure that I did my research on this stuff, and before I made a topic out of it. And so here we go. Folks in the Houston area, you guys need some new leadership. Your mayor is a complete idiot. Forget idiot. He's a as my grandmother would say, he's a hot mess. And anybody who is willing to put their own self-interest as an elected official ahead of those of their constituents does not deserve to be in office. And I'm referring to the mayor of Houston not issuing evacuation orders, even though the governor is recommending it. But the mayor of Houston and one of his cronies saying, no, we are not evacuating. Evacuation orders are not given. And even one of his cronies saying that local officials know best. I remember a movie called 2012. I'm sure a lot of you remember this one, where they said, if they tell you don't run, that's when you run. Well, the same thing. If your local officials are sitting there saying local officials know best, and they're saying it in capital letters, that's when you know they don't know shit, and you need to go ahead and get the hell out. So he told the mayor and his cronies told everybody to stay in Houston. Do not evacuate, basically. And what's he do? He tucks tail and run. He's nowhere to be found. What a shock. So, folks in Houston, you need to quit voting D's and get yourself some R's in there, because obviously they're not doing you any good, those D's. So, because you see, your mayor left you high and dry. Well, let me rephrase that, high and wet, while he took off to a safer area and basically said, forget y'all. Okay, next. Meanwhile, I hope everybody in the Houston area is all right. I know a lot of friends and family that are there, and they have checked in. They are all right. Thank goodness. Okay, now, next up, Hurricane Irma. All right. This is a Category 5 storm. She's a lot stronger than Harvey. As they like to say, behind every strong man's a stronger woman. Well, this one is definitely proving the point right there. Irma is a Category 5. She is kicking some serious wind and surf in the Caribbean right now, and she's scheduled to hit over in Florida here in the next coming days. Now, this next one, when I heard this, and this one I really had to do some research on because I couldn't believe it. But you know what? Knowing the putzes that are in charge of half of these officials, or these putzes that like to call themselves officials and for some reason get voted in. The U.S. Virgin Islands. You know what? My dad goes there to vacation a lot, and I'll tell you now, y'all need a new governor. Okay, you guys just need a new man in charge there, or a new woman in charge, because hurricane hasn't even hit yet, and this asshole is actually calling for and I'm sorry for the vulgar language, it is 6 o'clock Eastern Standard, so obviously it's real early for me, but this one just really gets under my skin. The governor of the U.S. Virgin Islands has called for a gun confiscation ahead of the storm. Okay, so let me get this right. And I had a conversation with somebody this morning, and they thought it was probably necessary. I'm like, what's it necessary for? The only thing it's going to punish is the law-abiding citizens, which it always has, always will. So you got somebody that is trying to grab some guns. And lo and behold, this guy's from New York. Talk about being born under a bad sign. So there you go. New York born, governor of the U.S. Virgin Islands, trying to make a gun grab ahead of the storm. People in the Virgin Islands, I hope you are smarter than that and tell him to go kick rocks. And speak your mind at the ballot box next election and kick his behind out. Alright, now for DACA. Now, considering that one of my family members is a dreamer, quote unquote, and he is actually trying to get his citizenship. But he's not one of those that says, give me this, give me that, free. He's not one of those. Actually, he works his ass off for everything he gets. But he is actually trying to get his citizenship. Unlike some of these other dreamers out here that just want the gimme, me, my, I want. You know what? Oh, we were born here and we ain't getting all that stuff for free. I mean, we either have to pay back student loans, serve in the military before we can get some free stuff, and it's not even free because you might get killed in the military. But you definitely get the chance to serve your country. You may get tuition reimbursement through a job. There's a lot of ways that you can get a free education, quote unquote. However, you're going to be doing something to get that free education. And that's for natural born U.S. citizens. For you fools that are sitting there thinking, oh, I want free college. Who do you think is going to really pay for that? Really? I mean, think about it. Who do you really think is paying for that? I'll give you a clue. Your mom and dad, that's actually, well, no, I take that back. If you're a dreamer, you won't have to worry about this because your parents are probably still not U.S. citizens. But your average taxpayer, now, I know saying that the taxpayers are going to be paying for this, you guys don't care. But you know what? We do. And so, if you think that Trump eliminating DACA was a bad idea, then you are smoking more dope than Barack Obama ever did. And please don't share. So I'm in favor of DACA getting repealed. I think, I don't agree with everything the president is doing, but you know what? I agree that a lot of things need to come to an end, and that's one of them. So that's my in the car moment. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments. I'll try and answer those as quickly as possible. Check out some of our other videos. And as always, prepare yourself, because it's never a question of if, it's a question of when. And as people in Texas and Florida found out, that when is today.